In the baked desert of western Arizona, on the banks of the Colorado River, lies a place once full of promise, danger, and gold, a place the early settlers named La Paz, the Spanish word for the peace. A peaceful place it was not. Today, almost nothing remains, a few concrete slabs, scattered timbers, melted mounds of adobe. But in the 1860s, La Paz was the beating economic and political heart of the Arizona Territory, and the site of the westernmost bloodshed of the American Civil War. Our story begins where the Colorado River now snakes quietly a few miles west. Before dams controlled the water, this river shifted its course like a restless serpent. It was the river, its wealth and its wrath, that created La Paz and ultimately destroyed it. Gold, riverboats, and an instant boomtown. In 1862, mountain man Polino Weaver discovered gold in a dry wash just east of the river. Because the discovery occurred on the Catholic feast of Our Lady of Peace, the site was christened La Paz. Within months, the desert erupted into activity. Between 1,500 and 5,000 people surged into the new boomtown: miners, gamblers, merchants, opportunists. Riverboats chugged up and down the Colorado, delivering supplies and whisking gold downstream to markets far away. La Paz boasted regular stage service to San Bernardino, saloons, brothels, a French bakery, and even a shop selling Cuban cigars, a rare luxury in the frontier West. When the Arizona Territory was split from New Mexico in 1863, La Paz became the county seat of Yuma County, and according to Desert Magazine, missed becoming the territorial capital by only one vote. It had everything a fledgling territory needed: commerce, transportation, and politics. The future looked bright. But the desert does not safeguard human dreams for long. A town high and dry. Most mining towns die slowly, fading when the ore plays out. La Paz died suddenly, because the river left. In 1866, the Colorado River abruptly shifted its course 2 miles west, leaving La Paz stranded in the desert, far from the waters that had sustained it. The bustling riverport was now a dusty memory. By 1869, the county seat was moved to Arizona City, later renamed Yuma, and by the mid-1870s, La Paz was largely deserted. But nature wasn't finished with it yet. In 1912, long after the townspeople had gone, the river returned with a vengeance. Floodwaters swept across the abandoned townsite, melting the aging adobe structures back into the earth. Today, those buildings survive only as lone mounds of hardened mud, their original forms erased by time. New dreams, same results. A few attempts were made in the early 1900s to revive mining in the area. Concrete pads from a 1909 dredging operation, and the skeletal remains of a 1950s stamp mill, still stand. Both endeavors were short-lived, both ended in bankruptcy or tragedy. Like so many frontier dreams, they dissolved into the desert wind. But the most haunting stories of La Paz were not left by miners. The La Paz Trail of Tears. Just across the dusty road lies a solemn memorial, a testament to one of the Southwest's lesser-known atrocities. In 1874, the U.S. Army forcibly relocated hundreds of Hualapai people from their homeland near the Grand Canyon, marching them over 2 weeks toward La Paz. During the brutal journey, children and elders perished from heat, sickness, and exhaustion. Survivors were confined to a camp near the town, where starvation, disease, and assault were widespread. After nearly a year, the remaining Hualapai escaped and made the long journey home, only to find ranchers occupying much of their land. Their reservation would not be formally established until 1883. The desert remembers what history tried to forget. The La Paz Incident, the West's final Civil War bloodshed. But La Paz holds one more claim to notoriety: the site of the westernmost armed confrontation of the American Civil War. In early 1863, a group of California secessionists traveling toward Texas was arrested in Yuma. Among them was William "Frog" Edwards, a fiery Confederate sympathizer. Released from custody, Edwards drifted to La Paz, determined to finally participate in the war he had tried, and failed, to join. On May 20, 1863, A small detachment of Union soldiers traveling by steamboat stopped at La Paz to purchase supplies. From the shadows, Edwards saw his chance. As the soldiers approached a store, Edwards ambushed them with a revolver. 3 soldiers were hit, 1 killed instantly, 1 fatally wounded, and another severely injured. A local bystander was also struck. Edwards vanished into the desert. A troop of 40 Union soldiers hunted him for days. When they finally discovered his body, he had died alone, of exposure and dehydration. The soldiers, contemptuous of his ambush, refused to bury him. Somewhere in the desert north of La Paz, his bones may still lie.